Hey everyone, it's Chip Robinson here with Skyline Property Management right here in Philadelphia. If you're a landlord, one of the most important tools you have in your belt is a rock-solid lease agreement. A poorly written lease can lead to legal issues, tenant confusion, and ultimately lost income. In this video, I'm going to walk you through 5 key lease clauses that every landlord needs to include to protect their property and avoid future headaches. If you find this helpful, go ahead and hit the like button and be sure to subscribe for more rental property tips and landlord advice tailored to the Philly market. Now, these 5 things that need to be put in your lease are the basics. We have other key things in Skyline's lease that we've based on our experience throughout the years. So these are the basics that must be included. Clause number 1, rental details and payment terms. This might seem obvious, but it's not just about writing down the monthly amount. You need to clearly lay out the exact details on how and when rent is paid. You need your monthly rent amount, the due date and grace periods, late fees, accepted rental payments, and methods. You also need to detail the consequences of non-payment. Clarity right here at the start eliminates excuses and makes it easier to enforce the lease if rent collection ever becomes an issue. Moving on to number 2, maintenance responsibilities. One of the most common disputes between landlords and tenants come from unclear expectations around property upkeep. Your lease needs to specify who is responsible for routine upkeep like changing HVAC filters or shoveling snow. It should outline exactly how tenants report repairs, who pays for damage caused by the tenant or their guests, and clearly defines what constitutes normal wear and tear. Be as specific as possible. If you expect the tenant to handle minor repairs or manage the yard, get it in writing. By setting expectations clearly in your lease, you reduce misunderstandings and protect your rental income. Here at Skyline Property Management, we help landlords create strong, legally compliant lease agreements tailored perfectly to their properties. If you're unsure whether your current lease includes the right protections, we'd be happy to review it. Feel free to reach out to our team anytime to avoid these common pitfalls. Clause number 3, rules around occupancy and subletting. You want to make sure that people living in your property are the exact same people you background checked and screened. Include strict rules about exactly who is allowed to live in the unit, whether or not subletting like Airbnb is permitted, and what counts as an unauthorized guest. This clause protects you from unvetted individuals moving in and keeps you in control of your property. Number 4 is entry and access. As the landlord, you occasionally need access to the property for repairs, inspections, or emergencies. But tenants also have a right to privacy. Your lease should specify how much notice you'll give before entering, which is incredibly important here in Pennsylvania to stay compliant with privacy standards. Detail your acceptable reasons for entry and exactly how emergency situations are handled. Defining this upfront shows true professionalism. Finally, clause number 5, early termination and lease breaks. Tenants breaking a lease early is one of the most common situations a landlord could face. A clear early termination clause gives you options and protects your bottom line. You can include an early termination fee, outline the specific conditions under which breaking the lease is allowed, and detail what the tenant remains responsible for, like rent until the rent is re-rented or advertising costs. Having this leverage is critical if a tenant leaves unexpectedly.